And we are back with the Daily News with a very special guest coming to us all the way from New Jersey, from a military base there where he just worked with inaugurated a new chaplains. We have Dr. Richard Blackaby with Blackaby Ministries International. He will actually be on Hilton Head this coming weekend for a variety of purposes, but it's so wonderful, Dr. Blackaby, that you rearranged your schedule to do this Zoom with us, so we appreciate it. Would you share with our viewers a little bit about the ministry that you and your father are involved with for so many years?
If your listeners, viewers are familiar with the book Experiencing God, it's a huge best-selling Christian book that was written in 1990 by my father, just trying to talk about how Christianity is more than a religion. It's a relationship. And people have said, I've gone to church all my life, but I've never heard God speak to me, or God's never been real to me. And that just launched a whole ministry where we go from military bases like I'm here today to CEOs of corporate America, to churches all over the world, just letting people know that God wants to be involved in your life in a very practical and very real way.
Dr. Blackaby, on Friday and Saturday, you're going to be at St. Luke's Church here on the island of Hilton Head with a conference. And on Friday night, your topic is living vicariously through the storms of life. And then on Saturday, I think this is fascinating, leaving a legacy for the next generation. So would you want to just share a little bit give us some nuggets of insight of what you're going to be talking about at both of those sessions?
Well, I'll tell you, it's the last couple of years we've all been through storms that we'd never been through before, that shook our worlds, and some people have come through that really well. Others have really been shaken to the core, and so I want to talk about just how do you go through those. You know, God never promised that you would never face a storm, but he did promise he'd be in the boat with you when you did. And what difference does God's presence in your life make when your whole world is being shaken? And then, during the day on Saturday morning, we want to talk about just not only, we all have our faith, we all have our beliefs that are important to us, but how do you pass them on so that your kids and grandkids also come to value the same things that are so important to you? And I'll tell you, I go around the country, and probably the single greatest grief I hear people share with me, I hear it every week, is parents that said, I raised my kids to value this, to believe this, to go to church. And as they grew older, they just walked away. They don't care about that. And it's heartbreaking, because that's presumably what's most important to you, but it hasn't been passed on to your kids. And so I wanted to share a bit about how do you do that so that you live your life in such a way that your kids realize, but wow, like I want to live my life the same way.
Yes, very good. On Sunday, you're going to be at First Baptist Church. You're preaching at several services, and then God in the Marketplace. So you want to share a little bit about that message?
You know, I get to work with business leaders regularly, and I'll tell you what, we all know that our nation, our world needs some change. It needs some things to be improved, and oftentimes we look to politicians and others to solve our problems, but I'm seeing that God is uniquely using business people in the workplace to make the world better. And there's a growing movement among working people to say, I keep trying to think I'll just elect someone to change the world, but God's given me abilities to solve problems, to make things better, to live within my means. And why has God given me all these gifts, this ability, this influence, these resources? Could it be that it's so that I have a role to play in making my world better? And I'll tell you, I could tell you exciting stories all day. I'll tell some on Monday of just how God's using ordinary working people to change the world today.
We are so blessed, Dr. Blackaby, that you're going to be with us here for several days on Hilton Head, beginning with the St. Luke's Conference, and it'll be Friday night and Saturday. I'm actually a member of St. Luke's, as I shared with you. I'm so honored that you're going to be with us. You can go to the St. Luke's website or give them a call, give our office a call for that conference, or you could go to the First Baptist Church and listen to your sermons, or God in the Marketplace there as well. So thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate you, and God bless you, sir.
I'm looking forward to being there. It's always exciting when you get to Hilton Head.
I'll tell you this, it's going to be hot. So very hot. It's like 90 today. So, so bring your swimsuit.
Well, thanks. I'm looking forward to being with you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Blackaby. Appreciate it very much. Coming up after the break, Diane Fisher-Simmons will join us. She talked with the owner of a new restaurant right near Celebration Park called Crave Station.